lastminute.com.
There we go. We've gone live. Dom is talking about last minute stuff. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Dom, I was here this whole time, this whole situation. I was ready. I don't want to brag. I was here. or I was not. Situation. I was ready. Getting feedback already. I'm getting feedback from the microphone. We got AB in the room. Well, we got a light room right now. We got AB in the room. We got AB. That's all you need. That's all you need. AB. We got our old buddy Brian Dable. Great comment today. Did you see the Brian Dable comment about Daniel Jones?
About which one? Sorry.
About Daniel Jones. Brian Dable, not the Shaner.
No, I only saw he said that he'd be ready to play.
No. This is what everyone's dictating.
Exactly, but I don't know how you can know that. But I only saw it as a headline rather than
here's the comment, and this is why everyone's like, "Well, Daniel Jones is going to be ready. He's the quarterback." The phrase was, "He should be ready." There's a scary word mixed in there.
Big caveat that.
There's a big caveat. There's a big a coulda, a woulda, a shoulda.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Daniel Jones may not be starting. I mean, listen, this kid's been hurt. Since 6 games left in the season he missed. He missed 6 games. It's been how many months now, Dom? You're the mathematician.
4 months. 4 months probably, because it must have been near the end of November.
Yeah. So you carry the 4. That's so it's been 27 months since he's played. Well, we're talking August, which is 15 months from now. I'm always working on that math. What's up? LJ's in the room saying, Timmy and the Dahmer. Jay's in the room said, letting Peppers walk was a bad move. I figured it was a bad move. I figured it was a hugely bad move. We're going to get to that. But I want to talk about the key word in the Dable sentence.
I mean, even if you take out the key word, right? Daniel Jones is ready to play. You don't necessarily believe it because A, he's not the doctor, and B, right now, you don't want to be talking down anything about Daniel Jones.
But listen, here's the problem. This is why I'm dumbfounded by certain people because they're like, oh, he's gonna be ready. James Williams right here is not a definite.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tempered response when you sit there. And I said this. How many times did I say this, Dom? That the Giants have never come out and said my hair looks good today. If the season was to start today, Daniel Jones would be our starting quarterback.
Yeah.
He would be ready to play. They have never come out and said that. Now, Dable says, well, I spent 30 minutes with Daniel Jones, and he should be ready to play. That's not a ringing endorsement.
But as I say, you're not going to talk down the prospects right now, are you? You're not going to say there's no chance he's ready to play for August because A, he probably no one knows at this point. But secondly, if he's looking to trade him, and I suspect he still is, and even if he isn't, he's not his long term. So there's no point in spending and hitching your wagon to him long term by saying he's the best thing since sliced bread. Because A, we're going to know come May when we don't extend him on his 5th-year contract, and then the words and the actions don't.
Everyone knows we're not exending him.
Exactly.
That's the worst.
But the words and actions don't match up, and that's not where you want to be. You're just not going to talk down Daniel Jones at this moment. You're just not. And as you say, the big word there is should.
Should. Now, if he would have left that phrase out, if he would have left the should out, I would have been fine. But that is a very tempered response. That is a very I would say planned response.
He knew what he was going to say, right?
Yes.
You don't write. You look. These coaches and GMs are prepared to within an inch of life for their press conference. Here are the most likely questions
you're going to
get. What roughly do you want to say? And someone somewhere that's a professional media guy will go and write that up for them, and then they will remember those lines and will say something similar. That is how it works. It just does. I remember. I mean, it's a different sport, but the same principle. Before the players after an England game, and it came out on the documentary. I think it was England, but anyway, it was a top European football team. They said, "Here are the 5 things you are going to say in the press conference after the game," and
Right.
you're talking instantly. And now they're not written for them, but it's you will say these 5 things in response to the questions you ask, because they know what the questions are going to be, and that's the line. And they have lines, and they knew exactly what they were going to do and say with Daniel Jones. And even if they take out the should.
James Williams summed it up best. People don't understand the politics in this world. It's crazy. A good poker player never overplays his hand.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all you had to say, Dom. That's all you had to say.
No, he's spot on. He's spot on.
He nailed it. He nailed it. I mean, that's exactly right. But the point is, you may potentially want to trade this guy. You may potentially be looking at him for some type of deal with the craziness of the quarterback carousel. But you throw a caveat in there, and you want the fan base to feel good that we're not going to see Tyrod Taylor play. But you throw it in there that it's a should. That's a big word that a lot of fans I've seen on Twitter are missing.
Deliberately, almost certainly. And if not deliberately, then pay more attention. But even if, like I say, even take out the should, there's all the other things. But secondly, it doesn't mean that the coach and the GM, the coach in this case, are telling the truth. Again, to the poker reference, you don't play your hand. Who tells the truth every hand in poker?
I do. I don't like to lie.
Oh, well, but good for you. How much money did you lose each game?
That's not the sarcasm button.
No, but how much money did you lose each game with that? With
I don't lose.
Strategy?
Too big for skinny jeans says, and I'm too big for skinny jeans. Good afternoon, guys. We're just talking about. We're already talking about the DJ Nick situation. Jay has to say, I think the Dabols is making DJ looks good for a possible trade. So I think it's the opposite.
Why so?
Because if you're looking to trade a guy, you don't say should. You looking for a trade a guy.
So
Daniel Jones will be ready day 1 of training camp. If you have, here is another way to put it. Better way to, again, this is a media thing. Not only did I work in sports, I also worked in sports media, and I worked in media in general. When you put the word should in there, that is the problem. What do you think he
was trying to achieve?
What you should say. See, I'm using the word should. Daniel, barring a setback, Daniel Jones will be our starting quarterback day 1 of camp. That's what you said.
That's what you say, but trade him. So therefore, he said Daniel Jones should be ready. So what's he trying to achieve then in your world? In
my mind, he is putting out the notion that something goes wrong with Daniel Jones. Let's just say something goes wrong with the neck. They do trade him. Let's say August rolls around and he's still not ready to play. I said he should be ready. Didn't say he was going to be ready. I said he should be ready. When you have a planned response from an NFL organization or any type of organization, when I did work in the AFL, that is the Arena Football League. It's not the American Football League. I wasn't alive in the early 60s. And this is for players that were, like Bobby Wagner and players that were, more big household names outside of their teams. When we did press releases and things, and you did events, if you knew the player might show up to an event that you're doing, the first thing you tell the person that's in charge of the event, don't worry, he should be there. No, I'm being 100% serious. If you know he's going to be there, you say Bobby Wagner will be there at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to sign autographs. But if you're not sure and you don't want to be called out on it, you say should, because then when they come back at you, you can be like, well, I told you he might be there. I told you there was a chance that he wasn't going to be there.
It's expectation setting, right?
Yes. I love my coffee.
See, but I think, again, I think it's just signaling. It's about signaling where Daniel Jones really sits. If you pay attention to what they're really looking to say.
But see, that's the problem. A lot of people don't pay attention. These are supposed to be the best scones in like the state of Pennsylvania. And I went to there's this little farm down the street, and I went to this little farm and I got them. And people, they don't get them very often. So people were buying like 2-3 boxes. So I bought a box.
Are they good?
It's a pretty good scone. It's pretty good. It's not a bad scone. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm excited about the upcoming draft. but I'm tired of all the mocks. We don't do mocks.
Well, no, that's not true. We mock a lot of things.
We do
just
mock
not
a lot of
drafts.
We're hey, mock a drafter. Yeah, we don't do mock draft. We're gonna do one mock draft. We're gonna do it on Orthodox Easter, which is I don't know. People ask me. 24th. We will do our one mock draft. We're gonna have the Dahmer, LJ, T. Brad, James Williams, OGR Sports dropping in. We're gonna have a lot of other guests that are gonna be coming in doing this draft. I don't know how I'm gonna do the draft yet, but we're gonna figure it out. I got weeks.
I presume we were going to do our usual, and 5 minutes beforehand, we'll all sit in the chat and.
No, I'm trying to be more professional.
10 minutes beforehand.
My wife told me you need to be more professional.
How did I go?
Look at this face. Is this not professional?
Oh,
Dahmer. You're lucky I remember how to turn on the camera.
If you're really lucky, I might brush my hair.
Yeah, I know. Come on,
do you know what the best thing is? I've actually brushed my hair about 6 times today. It's just
clean yourself up a little bit. I'm not believing any. James Williams says I'm not believing anything until Daniel Jones is in full pads, throwing the ball, taking the hits. Call me old fashioned. Yeah, I mean, call me crazy.
He's not due back till August, so therefore, what does that mean? Does that mean he's back in full training in August, or does that mean he's back out on the field throwing?
I just want someone to say when August rolls around, Daniel Jones will be ready for camp. And again, you could say barring setback. And you could put that caveat in. Barring a setback, Daniel Jones will be our starting quarterback August.
You're absolutely right, actually, because I was just thinking about coaches when they're talking about players who have been out long-term injury. Or there you go. We are hoping to have him back after in March or whatever. But, and they, as you say, they caveat with, they say we're hoping to have him back. That means they're not guaranteed, but that's the aim. That's the aim. Yeah.
They're hoping.
Exactly. But if they're quite sure, so if they're 2-3 weeks out, yep, he's going to miss the next 2 games and then he'll be back barring a setback. You're exactly right. That's exactly what they say.
Too big for skinny jeans says trade him to who?
Not the Saints.
Not the Saints. They got the red rifle.
Not to be confused with the black rifle.
Nothing better than a smooth cup of Black Rifle coffee in the morning.
I thought that is it up there with the smooth sounds of Kenny G, or
that mellow taste does nothing but tingle your senses. Teamwork makes the dream work. Black Rifle.
On top of doing night fill-ins, are you now doing the advert voiceovers?
I'm not going to be rude, but somebody needs to get sick. I mean, I'm not, or maybe he wants to take the vacation doesn't start till August, or maybe someone just needs a day off, a night off. I can't have my big chance until someone calls out.
Oh, Dimmy, give the faceless men a call. They'd be fine. Sorry, real quick. Where do you think now? Because I think we were agreed on Saints. I can't remember where you thought he was going.
Well, he's such a great commodity. Who wouldn't want him?
I can think of 31 other NFL teams right now.
I can think of 32.
I mean, presumably here we're waiting for injury, right?
I mean, the Saints are. I still say Pittsburgh could be in play. You could still look at someone like the Texans. You could still be looking for someone that wants to maybe move on, maybe give it like a 3rd or a 4th for a guy that was picked 6th overall 4 years ago.
Is he an upgrade on Davis Mills?
No. I mean, yes. They got to do a sell job. Yes, he's the greatest quarterback that ever lived. Did you see that play where he fell down and hurt his neck? I'm not picking on the poor kid. I wanted the poor kid to succeed. I've said it a million times.
Well, you want any quarterback to succeed.
I want any quarterback to succeed. But he's a comedy of errors that he has 49 turnovers in 50 games. I watched ESPN with I forgot who was on. There was 3 guys on. I can't remember who was on. And they were talking about Daniel Jones. And all of them are like, no, he's not all of them were like, I have no clue what the Giants see him that the other 31 teams have already seen and say they don't want him.
You said it before that, no one outside of New York says anything good about Daniel Jones apart from the fact he works hard and he seems a nice kid.
Yeah. I'm an asshole. I admit that.
But that's what
you know what?
reporting,
at least
right?
I work hard.
Yeah, but that's what the media are reporting. And even over here, obviously, Daniel Jones doesn't get the pickup he does in America. But I talk to my friends that support other teams, and they're like, "Would you take Daniel Jones?" And they're like, "Oh, hell no!" Like, like,
Hell
like,
no.
like the king of the idiots before Mac Jones is like, "No, I'll take my chances with the rookie, thanks." In fact, I'll take Cam Newton right now over Daniel Jones. And you're thinking Cam Newton, beaten up, aging badly, quarterback, but he probably isn't far wrong,
No, Cam Newton's actually drawing some interest from some teams. LJ says Dahmer, nice take. There's so many of them. So many of them.
It's my one for the night. Enjoy it. I got it in early.
We got Mazinga saying, wow, Dom is so hair. Why did you just come in from interviewing with the new ladies at Poppycockers? If you don't know, go get your new Poppycocker gear. Go get your
draft, baby. Yeah.
Gear that is now up on the online Big Blue website. You can get draft baby gear. You can get Poppycockers gear. You can get online Big Blue gear. You can get it all. And
draft
if
baby.
you want
draft
it,
baby, being one of the things of my life I'd love to take back.
I made just for you, and I don't know if you noticed this. I don't know if you've gone onto the store yet.
I haven't, no.
I have made for you, and you only, well, the people could buy it, a draft baby, pullover sweatshirt, children's size. And it's actually not a joke for you. It's for your son. And I want him to wait. You thought I was making fun of you. This is kind of gentler, Tim.
Yeah.
You didn't see.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'm going on to have a look.
You didn't see that. You didn't see that one coming, did you? Tim's hair is so on point.
Like Daniel Jones recovering. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's a good point. James Williams says, "Smack that like button," the way Hancock did Pootie Tang. Yeah, he hit him pretty good. You know what the only thing about the Will Smith thing is? You played Ali, and you open hand slapped him.
There's even people saying, and I don't know whether it's true or not, and frankly I don't care whether it was a setup and it was a stage hit and that's why it looked like that, or whether it's a real hit.
No, he hit him.
Either way, I don't give it.
I watched the video. He hit him. He hit him.
I mean, all I will say is that Chris Rock took it well.
He did take it well. He took it like a Dom on a Tuesday. Poor Dom looks tired, worn out. Give those ladies a rest, Dom. Your interviewing process is hard.
That's what she said.
Oh my God, Dom. By the way,
double entendre there as well.
By the way, Dom, James Williams' aunt loves your accent.
Well, what can I say? It's
hello, love. I'm Dom. I'm
a suave Brit, unlike Tim, who thinks that we all sound like bloody what's his face from Mary Poppins.
Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Dick Van Dyke, yeah.
Scotty says he wants to get Icky at 5 and Thibodeau at 7. I don't have a problem with that. And people keep saying, well, you're the leader of the Malik Willis Express. No, yes, I am the Malik Willis Express leader. I am not saying the Giants are going to select Malik Willis. I want them to select Malik Willis. I've said it before. I'd be happy with Thibodeau and Lloyd. I'd be happy with Neal or Lloyd. I'd be happy with Thibodeau and Lloyd. Has anyone seen a pattern? Like a Lloyd pattern?
I was going to say, well, we need the linebackers, right? And I think I look, if we pick at 7, I haven't given you my number 5 pick. I haven't moved on my number 5 since late January, early Feb. It still remains the same. But my number 7 pick, I have said, I think if we pick 7 and don't trade it, Devin Lloyd, if he's there, is the pick.
You got to pick it. Michael dropping in with a big super chat for the kids. What's up, fellas? Lions dictate the draft. If they go Willis at 2, meaning most trades off the board, then please. P.S. Big new green egg smoker. Oh my God, get a big green egg smoker, dude. You are going to love it. Email me.
What is it? Sorry.
Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk.
What is it?
Email me at tim@onlineBigBlue.com. tim@onlineBigBlue.com. I will tell you how to use the big green egg smoker, Michael, if you haven't used it before. I have had mine for 8 years now, 9 years. I love this thing. It's a big barbecue grill. It's a ceramic barbecue grill. That's also a barbecue grill. It's a smoker. Oh my God, you do everything with it. I think it can launch space shuttles. That's how awesome it is. I gotta go back to some of these other super chats, guys. I know I'm trying to get in super chats. Not super chats. I try to get everyone at least 3. Okay, one thing. Sunday stream was crazy. We had a lot of people in Sunday stream, and I got some people that emailed me, and I'm not going to say who complained that I missed some great comments, and I apologize. But we had over 3,000 comments on Sunday.
Wow.
And I am one person. And yes, at one point we were like 28 minutes behind, and I do apologize. But what I try to do is I try to make sure, and just please forgive me if I do miss you. I try to get everyone in at least like 3-4 times. So sometimes I'm not going to be able to get to your comment. If I've read like 8 of your comments already, I try to give everyone a chance just to make sure that everyone, gets recognized and everyone gets an opportunity. So for the people that I did miss, and some of the people forwarded me their comments and they were pretty funny. Yeah, actually they were. And I actually emailed them back saying, yeah, that's pretty funny. But I just want to, like I said, I try. Technically it's Dom's fault.
You went long on Sunday as well.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I don't know why I just went crazy. And Jay says, any chance that Seattle would be a good fit? I think Seattle would be a good trading partner for Daniel Jones.
Well, they need a quarterback.
They don't even have a quarterback,
and have they still got Geno?
Like I said, they don't even have a quarterback.
And yet we think that Daniel Jones going there will help because
All right, for trading him to Seattle, Daniel Jones is awesome. Greatest quarterback I have ever seen. I don't want to get rid of him. But if you give me a half a can of Coke and a 12th round pick, you can have him.
Hey, I'll even take a caffeine-free Coke. Whatever's going.
Take a mellow yellow. What's up, Alex Sports? You skipped over my last comment.
I think it was on the. I think it was on Platzgummer.
Platzengummer. Rodemaker. Hi, guys. Personally, I like the signing of international for running back the best. Screwed up everything else. You know what I love about Platzengummer? I was there for his 50-yard run because I went to the preseason game, all the preseason games. I was there. Great run, but it was against the Home Depot defense, aka a bunch of guys that are going to be working at Home Depot, and probably are currently working at Home Depot. I mean,
look, he's here. He's gonna, compete for a roster spot. I doubt he's going to make it, but he's one of those guys you can sort of cheer for, right?
Not me.
Well,
I mean, he's taking a roster spot.
But if he takes a roster spot, then you're not going places. If
you only have a certain amount of men you can have on the roster. He's taking a roster spot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You want a guy like that to succeed, right? Because he works hard, he's nice, he's an international.
So he's Daniel Jones,
etc. But if he's on your roster, then your roster's not going anywhere. So on a human level, you're cheering for him, but you don't want him on your team.
And I want to go back to this, James. Wouldn't it be that he smacked Pookie? Not Pootie Tang. He smacked Pookie. Just throwing that out there. Cool kids will get that. Let's see here. I got to get Jason's in here. Remember, Jason Garrett and DJ were throwing completions at practice, and I'm pretty sure Jason won most of those. Yeah, they did have throwing competitions. I think Jason Garrett did win most of those. He's right. He's not wrong. Jason says, if the Giants trade down, what pick do you think the Giants use? I say 7 if they trade down.
Yeah, 7. 7's a more logical one. I think at 5, you're getting a top 3 talent potentially at 5. And therefore you don't trade that one unless someone offers you an absolute king's ransom.
Mm-hmm. And at 5, you may be getting the greatest quarterback in Giants history, Malik Willis. Bring him the boom! I made a comment today.
Oh dear Lord!
I made a comment today in my video, and some people have pointed out that I was mean.
Really? This never happens.
You need to just shut up. Because I said somebody made a video. There's a person out there that hates me. I know, shocking. There's a person out there that hates me. He's been banned from the channel, and he does a small YouTube channel he's been doing for years. And he made fun of Malik Willis and the whole Malik Willis Express thing in a very stupid video. And someone sent it to me. So of course in this video today, I made the comment that, and I almost said the guy's name, but I'm not going to give him any props because he's a fucking idiot. And I could say that because I'm twice as mean as anyone on this planet. And basically what I said was, come back and talk to me when you get more than 26 views in your videos. And I wasn't being mean because he, you know, and someone pointed out very succinctly that if you, you know, someone that even has 26 views in a video could have a good opinion. And I agree with that because there was a time that I had 26 views a video. But this guy is just an a-hole who's just mean. And he was kind of just being a mean a-hole. So I just kind of wanted to say why I said that, because there are plenty of small channels out there that probably have great content. I don't watch YouTube. I watch the videos that people send me. Dom is looking for the video.
No, I'm not actually.
I was like, there it is right there. I'm going to say his name. But that's why. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
I will ask you afterwards, but
I'll send you the video. I have the link. I will send you the video.
Yeah, but that wasn't what I was looking at actually.
Jova Esquire says.
I was going to say apparently there's a train somewhere in England that has been called Malik Willis Express.
Really?
And I was just trying to Google it, but someone mentioned it to me earlier, and I meant to look it up. And when you started talking about the Malik Willis Express, it reminded me that they got sort of a toy train, like in miniature railway, and they called it the Malik Willis Express.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I don't know how true it is. I was just looking it up, but I couldn't find it. But I'll have a look later.
My point is this: if you want to be, you know, if you want to be very satiric, and you want to do something, you know, you don't make fun of a kid who's actually. We talk about Daniel Jones, but again, you don't make fun of a kid that's working in towards the NFL because you're taking a shot at me. I'm a grown ass man. I mean, like I said, if I decide that I don't want to just say who it is and who it is, I mean, I'll just put you on blast. But I just think that wasn't right. Scotty says Seattle has they have Drew Lock. Well, their problem solved.
I forgot about Drew Lock, but yeah, again, he's not making things better, right?
I mean, we got Giants Clown saying Kent Graham or Daniel Jones. Also, you think we get a third for Bradbury? I saw Kent Graham play in person in the freezing cold against Washington. Kent Graham had his moments. He just didn't have any consistency. So I would probably still take Kent Graham.
Do you think we get a third for Bradbury?
Here's the problem.
Salary's too high, right?
Salary's too high. The market for corners has started to dry up a little bit. And you got a bunch of corners in the draft that are going to be making, even if you take them middle first round, they're going to make a hell of a lot less than Bradbury. Shane has already come out and said that he may not be adverse to renegotiating or extending his contract to help with the cap number. I don't.
And there's two ways of taking that. One, hey, you want him? Come and give me an offer. Or secondly, if I can't get something, I'm just signaling that we'll keep, because he's not a bad player, right? But
no, Bradbury's a good. I like Bradbury's player.
Would you take a fifth for
him? No, I think he's worth a third. Dom evidently froze. We're just gonna zero like this. Well, we lost Dom. Well, we're gonna wait till Dom comes back. Connor says, I think if we don't take Malik at 5, I think the Panthers will get Malik. I think the Panthers will get Malik as well. I think they are waiting. I think they will pounce like a panther. But yeah, I agree. Shall, not should. I like that. I like shall, not should. I like it. I'm down with that. What do we also got here? Giant Clown says, no Willis, but Tibbs, Neal, Icky at 5. I got to get my Tibbs myself. I don't have a problem with Tibbs. Like a lot of people I know have issues with Tibbs. And don't forget to like the video, please. I know some people have issues. They say it's his work ethic that has caused issues. And I've said this before. No one ever heard or proclaimed that he had an issue with his work ethic until the draft. This was never something you heard about him in school during his couple of years in college. You never heard about it. All of a sudden, no. There's questions about his work ethic. I don't know. He seems to work pretty hard on the field. I have a little Clowney concern. He kind of reminds me a little too much of Clowney. That's just me. Jay says, you guys think the chance of the Giants drafting Hamilton at 7 have increased with Pepper's departure? No. I think, you know what's funny? If you haven't watched the video today, Shane came out today and said basically this team has so many holes that it's almost like at that point in time, you could just take the best player available. And if they feel, and I'm going to say, if Hamilton is sitting there at 7 and the Giants think that Hamilton is the best player available at 7, it sounds like Shane's going to take, it sounds like this is going to be an interesting draft. It sounds like this is the kind of draft that we are going to look through. And I've said this before, I'm not sure what the Giants are going to do. I really don't know. Because of the fact that there's just so, even like I said, there's just so many holes that you never know what the potential could do. Could they go offensive line? Sure. Could they go running back? You never know, because they're going to need someone to replace Barkley sooner or later. They're depleted in the safety position. I think secondary right now is probably one of the most solid, but beyond that, I mean, we don't. I like I said, this. I am not even going to try to guess in this draft. I'm not even going to try to guess because I think it's just crazy. Bazinga says the Dahmer's frozen. The Dahmer disappeared. Quick, who wants to be a co-host? Hold on, wait a minute. Dom's gone. Who wants to be a co-host? Wants to be a co-host? Dom's not gone. Dom, what do you think the Giants need to do in this upcoming thing that's coming on?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
Do you think the Giants should go out and find someone like Kyle Hamilton?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
What are you waiting for right now, Dom?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
See, we don't even need Dom. Well, Jeff, what's up, my buddy? What's going on? Big Blue Forever says, like. Mark Stewart's in the house. What's going on, Mark? How you doing? I always love your picture when I see it pop up. Got that smile. Get the Giant gear on. Just makes me smile. Makes me smile. Giants Clown says the safety at 7, and I'll go Postal. I like the kid from Penn State better than Hamilton anyways. I think Hamilton is more of, oh, wait, we got a text message from Dom. Kicked me out. I'm trying to log back in. His wife or StreamYard or Yardstream. I wouldn't go Postal if they took Hamilton at 7. I would go more Postal if we had Devin Lloyd sitting there at 7 and we went Hamilton, because we need a linebacker. We need a presence in that linebacking core. We need an athletic presence. That's what we need. That's what we need with our linebackers. And we need them to run into that wink system. James was one of my favorite lines in Bronx Tale. And when he locks the door, turns around, look at the bikers, and says, "Now Jews can't leave." Dom left. Dom is gone. I'd like to all bow our heads in silence for a moment for the loss of the Dahmer. He didn't die. He just can't get back in. Me. Well, there's the link. Listen, me. There's the link. If you want to come in, come in. Here comes the funk. Nope, not connected. Connected. Oh, wait a minute. Dom is back. Dom? Can you hear me, Major Dom? Can you hear me, Major Dom? Can you hear me? I'm sitting here in a tin can. Far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Major Dom is back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
You know what's funny? We didn't even notice you were gone. I said, Dom, what are you waiting for?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
Dom, what do you think the Giants should do in the draft?
Draft, baby. Yeah.
You have to go back and watch that.
I shall check it out after. I don't know what StreamYard just kicked me out completely. But there you go.
Well, that's good. We were up to 73 and you dropped in. We dropped back down to 62. Mazinga says Tim last weekend was the 50th anniversary of the 1972 theater release of The Godfather. You need a soundbite from that movie. Well, I'm making all the refuse. There you go. There's your soundbite.
With that hair today, you even look a bit like The Godfather.
The Godfather didn't have any hair. Not Al Pacino. Marlon Brando didn't have any hair in the movie.
No, but you look like an Italian mobster with that hair, right?
No. No. I want a player back on the team like Tuck. Miss him. You know what? A player of the caliber, I'm not even saying the caliber of a Justin Tuck, but I think the player of the presence, scones are amazing. That's the wife's message. Scones are amazing. I am slowly eating this scone. I should have grabbed 2 boxes. I think what we need, you know what the funny thing is about the Justin Tuck comment right here is dumb. I have a feel, you know, we need a player on the defense that has a presence like Justin Tuck. Like has a presence like an OC Humanora, has a presence of a Michael Strahan. We don't have that. Leonard Williams does not stand out to me like he has that presence.
King of the almost sack.
That's
what we need, in my opinion. That's what we need.
You're exactly right. You need that player that not only motivates within the team, within the locker room, but you also need that player that the other team fears to face, right? You know, and that, you know, look, Aaron Donald, I swear, gets half the sacks he gets just because the other team are so convinced he's going to do it that they're absolutely petrified, and he gains that half a second. And that's not taking anything away from Donald. He's a great player, but you know, fear will do that and will make you do things you shouldn't do.
That's true. Giants Clown said, Dom is Arnold Jackson to your Gooch. Actually, it's the Goocher. You can call him the Gooch, but it's also the Goocher. Easy to be hard. That's from Different Strokes. Yes, I want the world to move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you might be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. Jay says, Lloyd can fill the void of Peppers. He has better coverage skills. I'd be thrilled if we get Lloyd over Hamilton. We were talking about Devin Lloyd and Kyle Hamilton. Someone had mentioned that if Hamilton was selected at 7, they would not be none too happy. I said, you know, I'm okay with it, but I would be pissed off if Devin Lloyd was sitting there and we took Hamilton, because I think you need more of an athletic, mobile linebacker who's mobile, agile, and hostile.
What's your assignment? Kill the quarterback. Hit the tight end so hard his girlfriend dies. Kill everybody.
This team needs an Alvin Mack. That's what we need. We need a thumper.
I think Hamilton's probably the better player of the two, but I'd still take Lloyd. And I know that sounds daft, but I think that Lloyd is still a very, very good player in a position more of need. And while normally I'd say you take the best player available, I just think I'd still take Lloyd. It's just such a gaping hole in our defense.
Positional value.
I think there's positional value, and I also think Hamilton and McKinney are very much wanting to play the same.
In the last 11 years, how many safeties have gone in the top 10?
1. I think.
And who was that?
I believe that's a guy that the Jets took.
Jamal Adams.
I want to say, yeah, thank you. I was struggling to remember his name. I want to say Jalen Ramsey. I was like, it's not Ramsey. It's
did a video about it.
Oh, I know. I had a moment. Someone said earlier, I've been interviewing the girls and I've got tired, but yeah.
Mark Thompson says, hey, Tim and Dom, just dropping in. Mark, we always appreciate you dropping in. James Williams is always dropping his knowledge. We need more Corey Websters, guys who play hard, show up and did their job. Number 23, Corey Webster. Everyone forgets about Corey Webster. Corey Webster, an unsung corner on this Giant team that won rings. Unsung. He did his job. And you know what the best thing you said about Corey Webster was, Dom? Do you know who Corey Webster is?
No, I don't actually, to be fair.
He's a defensive back for the Giants. And he was a guy that you didn't hear his name. On the field, that's a good thing when you're a corner. You didn't hear, Corey Webster, 15 yards.
Unless you've gone up and won an interception or something.
Exactly. James Williams, no issues on or off the field. Hard-nosed player, not a guy that you would think of in your secondary, but he was a good corner for the Giants that people seem to forget or overlook. Same with like Percy Williams, who people are going to have to Google. He was on the 86 Giant team. He was starting outside alongside Elvis Patterson. But not again, not underutilized, but under-recognized player.
But it's players like DeAndre Baker, for instance. You don't want a whole load of DeAndre Bakers in your dressing room. And if you've got a player with his personality, for instance, they damn well better be a absolute top quality, best player in the position in the league type of player to accommodate him in the dressing room. You want the players that just come in, work hard, will be good guys in the locker room, will accept their lot on the team, not expect to be the superstar because you can't have 53 superstars in your team.
Right.
You do need players like that. And we take the mick out of Joe Judge for culture. I think he's right about culture. The issue is his culture wasn't working. But you need guys like that to help establish that culture.
The minute Joe Judge said he didn't believe in momentum, I never listened to anything he said.
That's not true. You listened incredibly hard, so you could take the Michael a few days later.
Never listened to anything that man said. We need a leader of men on the D line. We do. And I've said it a million times. Leonard Williams plays for the guy on the back of the jersey, not the helmet on the side, not the emblem on the side of the helmet. I've said that a million times. I think of that 100. I think of that too much. Too much time on my hands. Vinny G says, Timmy!
Every week it makes me laugh. I really shouldn't be laughing at it anymore, but every week.
I know. Take the tackle, leave the I like that one. Take the tackle, leave the cannolis. Oh my goodness. I would take a tackle. Bob Hill's in the room. What's up, Bob? You got 2 dogs there, Bob. Are those Bernie's mountain dogs? Bob's those Bernie's mountain dogs? They look like Bernie's. I have a Bernie. Name's Buddy. He's an a-hole, but I love him. He's a 130-pound a-hole, but I love that dog. We have 2 other dogs. Even my wife is like, you just love that dog. I'm like, yeah, because he's stupid. I mean, no, literally. I mean, he looks at you and you look at his eyes and he's got nothing. But he's just so loving and just so funny. You just can't. And he still thinks, like I said, he thinks he's like 12 pounds. He still sits on your feet. Vinny G says, I'm happy we're keeping Barkley. Of course, the Mara came out and said that, and Shane came out and said that he has not been actively seeking a trade partner for Barkley. And Mara came out and said, we're not trading him. I mean, Dom, is this more smoke screened, or is this? I personally think because at the $7.2 million that you have him at this year, why trade him?
Well, without meaning to Pete Carroll it, I think the Giants have no intention of trading Saquon Barkley, just as they had no intention of trading Russell Wilson. But no, I think your value will increase over time, assuming he comes back to his best, which I think we will see a better Saquon Barkley this year. 18 months, 24 months on from his big injury, and I think you'll increase his trade value. So you wouldn't be shopping Saquon Barkley now because you won't get the value. And if you're trying to shop him as well, teams will go, wow, they want rid of him, so we can get him for less. So you sit there, you wait for the call. But if the right offer comes in, Saquon Barkley leaves the Giants.
Oh,
if it doesn't, then no, he plays out the season.
I like this comment because this person evidently doesn't watch the show a lot. Bro, Jabril sucks in man coverage. He was a great run supporting safety, good in the zone, but could not cover. Yeah, we've said it a million times. The first year under Patrick Graham, he spent 68% of his snaps in the box. He's an in-the-box safety. Yeah, we know this. He can't cover. That's why you went out and got Xavier McKinney. That's why he was a perfect complement to Logan Ryan and Xavier McKinney. Now, the problem with drafting Kyle Hamilton is him and McKinney have similar skill sets.
Yeah.
Neither of them would I refer to as destructive tacklers. Technically sound? Yes. Willing to put their head into the pot? I'm going to tell you something right now from experience. It takes brass balls to put your head into the middle of the pile. And no, especially on a safety when you're playing on an island and the tight end has got past the linebacker.
And you're smaller than him.
And you are smaller than him, and you are the last line of defense. You could either look like a hero or a fool. I look like both. So, hopefully, I'll tell you, and I'll be honest, I look more like a fool a bunch of times.
But it's also the danger of being a defender, right? In whatever sport, it's the same in European football I play. As a defender, you will look silly more times than you look great because you have to predict what the other player is going to do. And they can see what you're going to do better than you can see what they're going to do.
He says he's a Michigan fan and he's my boy, but it's true. Yeah, it is true. And I'm a Jersey guy. And Peppers is from Jersey. So, I like Peppers, but he is what he is. But he would have been good for the team, Dom, because he, like I said, in that first season, he was a quasi linebacker. It's
about partnerships and the fitting together. Their different strengths between McKinney and Peppers worked really, really well, and you need those different combinations, different skill sets working together.
Right. And if you know, and that's the thing. Sometimes it's not about having the best talent on the field. Sometimes it's about having the right talent on the field. Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
again,
that was a good one. Come on.
it's a very, very smoothly put point in one sentence. You can box that one up and wrap
You
it
know,
up in a bow.
it's funny. I was reading something else when I said that.
Well, there you go. But yeah, but it goes. I think you've mentioned it a few seconds ago, and I mentioned earlier, McKinney and Hamilton. You've got
Yeah.
the same player, but it doesn't work, and that's the reason I wouldn't draft Hamilton. I would have drafted Lloyd, even though Hamilton is the better player.
Stinky poppin' poppycockers, Giant fans. If you don't know, you can go get your poppycocker gear. Go to the online Big Blue store. I'm going to go to the online Big Blue store here, Dom. I'm going to show technology. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen later.
Oh.
You know what we're going to do? Flexing because I was in the gym today. I look good today. My arms are like
You do look good today.
I've lost weight. People haven't commented the fact that I've lost weight, but that's okay. It's all right. Someone told me the other day your shoulders are so broad. But later today, I don't know when yet, I am going to give away, and I'm going to send it out today because I'm going to use the new online Big Blue store, your choice of a Poppycocker shirt, a online Big Blue shirt, or a
Draft, baby. Yeah.
all these shirts. If you want to go to onlineBigBlue.com, you'll see a tab that says store. It'll take you there. I think the best one is James Williams asked me, he wants to get some for his girlfriend. And there's a Poppycockers teddy bear.
Does it have a spy cam in it?
Oh, maybe. Dreadpool says, I have a feeling it'll be cross at 5.
Please not.
If it's cross at 5, then anything I've ever said nice about Shane was going to go away because I can't see that. I mean, it's a guy who has the skill sets of a left tackle who is not strong enough to be a dominant run guy. You're going to put onto the right side. That's something Gettleman would have done.
Yeah, I've said it before. First words I wrote down on him were project pick.
Yeah.
He's not athletic enough. He's got poor footwork, and he can struggle against the run because of that lack of power. Now, it's not to say he's a bad tackle, but with those issues, you don't take him at 5 or 7. You take him at 18, maybe.
Somewhere around there.
But not at 5 and 7. So it's not a knock on him. If I'm going 18th in the NFL, yeah, I'm a happy man, right? But not at 5 or 7.
And won't let me share my screen. I hate your stream. Let's see. Webster didn't light up or didn't go deep into the playoffs until his 3rd year. Amazing. Everyone forgets about Corey Webster. We're not going to talk about Corey Webster. Bob says it's a Rottweiler and a Swiss Mountain Dog. Well, that's kind of like a Bernese Mountain Dog. Kevin's in the room, says, hello, chops. Hello, love. Good afternoon. I'll go have me a spot of tea. Sorry I'm late coming in. It's okay. Jason said Thomas was another DB during Webster's time. He was great too. Knee issues. I think it ruined it. Yeah, it did ruin his career. He had 2 knee issues in college at USC. Thomas did. And then with the Giants, he came and he actually played well in spots. And then his knee issues. I'm telling you something. Knee issues, they always come back. They always come back to haunt your ass. Mike says, Shane said the phone is ringing for Barkley. I don't doubt the phone is ringing for Barkley. You could potentially get an all-pro, not a Pro Bowler, Dom, an all-pro running back for $7 million.
Yeah. And and for what? Maybe a 2nd round pick at absolute tops.
Right.
You're probably getting for less right now. He was signed to be a golden jacket.
I got a question for you, Dom. You are the Giants. Some say we must be great. Pasadena is our business. Super Bowl. Just can't wait. A team comes to you and says, I will give you a 3 and a 5 for Saquon Barkley. Do you make that trade?
No, not right now. I don't. No, I think I take my chances and take him into the season because I think although we're in rebuild, I think you still need to get some wins on the board this season just to help sort of keep the faith of fans that believe, and I think rightly believe in Schoen right now. And secondly, so I take my chances and go, okay, we're coming up to the trade deadline. I reckon I can probably get more from him. And if not, well, I'll play him out for the season. Barkley could be worth a win or two just on his own potentially this season if he goes back to the form of season one and what have you. And I don't think wins are overly important this season, but they are important to some extent.
Right.
And that's why I don't trade Barkley for that. No.
I did my video today that said that would the media what happens if the media starts turning on Joe Schoen? Because right now Joe Schoen is saying things that you don't say as a general manager. You don't say we're going to suck. You don't say it's going to be, we everyone in the room knows how horrid this team is going to be. Now, I've said it before. I love the honesty. I think the honesty is awesome. But Dom, how long can you literally be this honest with the media and not have it fall apart?
I mean, again, I don't know the US media as well as you guys. Obviously, I think probably in the wider US media, I think you can probably see it through to 2023 as long as you can see some improvement through the season and you get a couple of wins. I don't think you need as many. I would imagine in the New York market, and this could be absolute rubbish, but I would imagine that leash is much tighter, and you're probably looking, if you're 1-5, 1-6, then that starts to become an issue. But I think anyone that is sensible with this New York Giants team this year goes, it's not a side that wins a lot of games. And are you doing the right things going forward? And we are clearly building a roster for 2023, not 2022.
What if the Giants go 0-7? I don't know. What if the Giants go 0-3 in preseason and look horrid? Do you think that they'll turn on them?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think they should. Honestly, I don't.
Well, I'm not saying they should.
I don't know the New York media as well as you.
New York media is vicious.
You'd imagine it probably will. To my earlier point, I think that the New York media, it will do that. But they shouldn't really judge it on preseason as well, because you don't do your full thing. But again, you've got to see. What you want to see this season is some wins, and most importantly, some improvement in your key players that you think are the key pieces going forward. Your McKinney's, your Ojulari, Thomas, and whoever we draft, Tony. Do you see some improvement from these guys? If that at that point, that might buy you some, but I suspect it'll be wins, because wins ultimately are
wins ultimately is everything.
But they shouldn't in 2022. I know that sounds ridiculous.
Well, no, I don't think it'll happen in 2022. I swear. Hey, Matthew's here. Dom, Tim, what's up? Did you start the hockey gig, Tim? No, I'm still waiting for someone to get sick or break a leg or just need a day off.
How is your hockey knowledge? Is the Atari Mega Drive knowledge?
Watch this. Mark Messier played for the Rangers.
I'm going to take your word on it, but any further comment?
No. Mark Thompson. And so far, we have signed six free agent offensive linemen. If add the existing guys, including injuries, that makes total of 12. If we add 2 in the draft, that means 14. Some will not make the 53 men. Who will not? A lot of these guys aren't going to make it. In the video today, I pointed out that of the 14 guys or the 12 guys that we have signed, I believe 10 of them are on veteran minimum contracts. There's going to be a lot of guys that we have signed that aren't going to make this team, that aren't going to make this roster.
They're here to compete,
not just from the offensive line perspective, but just a lot of people in general.
These guys have played 50 games in 7 years, from Garcia and Douglas, etc. They're here to add depth and to compete for a spot, right?
Yeah, that's it. And I think a lot of people, like I said, they take it out of perspective that that these guys are going to come in and be something spectacular.
I suspect they're also here to sort of cover for Gates and see what was that with Gates, who's probably going to miss.
Gates evidently had another procedure not too long ago. He had another procedure, so there is talk that he may come back this season.
I hope so. I like
Gates. I like Gates. I think he was going to be better as a guard than he ever was as a center.
Yeah,
I've said it before, and I wasn't trying to be mean about it with Gates. I've never seen a center in the middle of the field take his arm and wrap it around a guy's neck, and the guy was facing the opposite direction. I've never seen that before. Never seen that. And how many penalties did he have at center?
More than most centers do, but less than Billy Price.
That ain't saying much.
No, in fairness, though, I mean, talking things you've never seen. Have you ever seen a team do 2 quarterback sneaks in their own?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Jay says Jabril Wilson had no size, the biggest brass balls as a safety, quite the thumper. Jabril Wilson was another good safety for the Giants. Sean Williams was another. Sean Williams was another thumper for the Giants. He came into the league out of Miami with the moniker of being a thumper. Dwayne says, Tim, predict who the Giants will take at 5-7. If I was a betting man, I think Malik Willis is going to go to Detroit. Which means, and Jacksonville's not taking a tackle because they have, what's his name, Cam Robinson under they franchise tagged him. They got another guy, and Detroit's not going to take another tackle because they took Sewell last year. So I think they're going to get their quarterback. So I still think Neal potentially is going to fall to 5. And I would take, if I was a betting man, I would say the Giants would take Neal at 5 and probably either a linebacker, which will help is Devin Lloyd, or potentially, and I'm going to say it, potentially Kyle Hamilton, because I don't think Kyle Hamilton is going to go in the top 5 like people think, or the top 4 like people think. I mean, unless the Jets go crazy and take him, but I think the Jets are going to make a trade.
Do you think I don't like the verb I'm going to use. If
okay, I was like the verb, I'm worried.
Yeah, if Hudson falls to 2, do you think Detroit still take quarterback there, or do you think they take the homeboy?
Yeah, that was not a good phrase. I'm not sure, to be honest.
I mean that's something that, I mean, I still wonder whether they see what they got with Goff for another year, and then, because they're still going to be bad this year, but it depends on how much pressure's on Dan Campbell to start getting results.
Well, I think that's going to be the biggest question. What are they going to need to do? I think that's the question right there. What results are they going to need?
Yeah.
I'm trying to unlock the screen here.
I think if they need results, they might need to go something like a defensive end and not and try and help Goff. Whereas if he's under no pressure to get results this year, he can probably go, look, I didn't have a choice over Goff. That was a trade that happened, and I got Goff. Malik Willis, Pickett, whatever, is my quarterback. This is who you judge me on, and you don't judge me on him this year. You start the clock next year on me, and I see how we go this year. But it all depends on that. It's like Nagy in Chicago last year, right? You know, it's
I like I said, I think it's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be, and I've said this before. Now, this is gonna be a weird draft because I'm not sure what any outside of maybe Jacksonville, because I still think they're going Hutchinson. I don't know what any team is thinking. And I think this is one of those first years that we can sit there and say we really don't have an idea of what some teams are thinking right now.
I mean, I'm trying to think back, but I think we knew what the first 4 picks were last year, pretty much.
Actually, we nailed the first 4 picks. I think we got like the first 5 or 6.
Yeah, we went quite deep down.
Yeah.
And we got lucky on one where it was like, it's this one or this one, and it could go either way. But
I don't get lucky. Luck is for rabbits.
Lucky for people that don't prepare.
We don't prepare. What do we got here? Let's see here, my old Sith bones. Do you think we will get Deshaun Elliott now that Peppers is gone? I don't know what the Giants are going to do at safety. To be honest, I think Julian Love is going to have to move into the safety position. Is there
any position he hasn't played yet?
No, he played safety last year. Most people forget last year Julian Love got benched playing safety. He didn't come back until later in the season when he was playing slot. So, I mean, his versatility is what keeps him on this team. So I think you're probably going to have to go with Love at safety till you can find someone. I mean, you're going to have to either find someone or you're going to find someone low end in the draft. Felipe Sparks.
It's the other way is that you wait for the cuts later on and pick up, someone.
The only problem with waiting for the cuts is you're going to have a safety come in that doesn't know the system.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it could be what we're looking at here is picking up the. You said it earlier on in one of your videos, the low hanging fruit later on.
Yeah. Let's see. I love Leo, the linebacker of Wisconsin, maybe the second round because they don't draft. The Giants don't take linebackers. Maybe this is going to change. We stopped taking linebackers years ago. We need a linebacker. I'm still upset about Parsons.
Yeah.
I'm still upset about that.
But we've also gone outside the organization for the first time ever. So, maybe
it changes.
maybe it does change. I don't necessarily think you can say the old Giants way is the way forward. And if it does, then you then go, well, how much is Mara really giving up?
Right. You know what I think is funny? I'm getting some love for Jason Sehorn. I thought that was funny. Jason Sehorn, he never gets the credit he deserves because he tore his knee because he wanted to return kicks in preseason. The hell's wrong with you? Antrell Roll. That was another good one. Mr. Roll came in with that. He helped to get Giants move into a Super Bowl. Jay says, I think this year Saquon comes back full from the knee from 2 years ago. I agree.
Yeah, I think so. We were saying last year that you sort of got him better and better as the season went on, and I think he'll be another 8-9 months on by the time the season kicks off.
By the time the season rolls in, I think he'll be ready to go, and I think he'll be I think he'll be at full strength, and I think that's fine. I mean, I think that's where we need to be. I think so. LJ says somebody will get turned on.
Is he in Poppycockers?
I was going to say, are you in Poppycockers?
That phrase is trademark, not to use the outside position, Ricky Bobby.
Sorry. Mike, what's up, Mike? Running backs don't equate to wins. That's why you don't draft them in the top 3. Barry Sanders was the best running back in the Alliance. Losers. I can never say that word. Yes, they were, but they made the playoffs sometimes. They made a playoffs a couple times, and Barry Sanders' run didn't go very deep. JJ is in the house. What's up, fellas? So's Big Frank. Dom, Tim, how you guys doing? How you doing, Dom?
Yeah, all right. Yourself?
All right. Not too bad. Greg says, if Saquon had a bad year and this is his contract year, I think we won't have the money to sign him next year. Anyways, if he's good, might as well get something now. We have like $1 bazillion next year.
Doing cap space for it, right?
Yeah, we'll have more than if Saquon balls out. If he just 2,000 yards total receiving, 15 touchdowns, receiving, rushing, 15 touchdowns. We got the money. We got the money to sign him next year.
Worst case to worst, you get a comp pick, right? I mean, for him.
Worst case worst, we just
franchise tag him.
Just franchise tag him. Hey, what's up, my friend? What's up? How was the weather? Of course, this gentleman is a weatherman. Probably people don't know that. What's up, Board and Arrow? What's up, everyone? Wanting to trade back. I don't want to trade back.
I think we're going to have to, aren't we?
If we get rid of Bradbury, we owe $16 million in the rookie pool right now. It's like 16.3. Bradbury's 12. We would still have to find money, and we'll be able to find money to move. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to trade back. Weston Richburg, where are you when the Giants need you? Don't worry, we got John Feliciano. 276 snaps at center in the last 3 years.
He's going to rock it.
What could go wrong?
And there's talks now of the center. I forget his name. That he was going to be number 1 overall center, dropping to a second round now.
The kid that everyone said was going to go number 1 in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Contenders don't go that high. Linderbaum.
Tyler Linderbaum. He's so not a thought in my mind.
But it's talking him dropping now to really deep first round, if not early second.
Let's see. You're given the offensive line signing with 2 offensive line positions. You do say a priority in the draft. Right tackle may be obvious. There's another position, center or guard. You know what? Zion Johnson. To me, I think he's going to go in the lower half of the first now. He can play both guard, tackle, and center. We clone him, and we put him at guard, tackle, and center.
Just 3 of him.
Just 3 of them.
Be like the Flash, just going extra fast. No, I mean Zion Johnson was literally, I was like straight away. Someone asked me in a very early stream, second round pick. I said I hadn't done a lot of draft analysis, but I like this guy. And he looks like he's going to be there in the second. But I agree, I don't think he makes it to the second anymore. I think he's going to go late first. So you probably have to trade up for him now. But
right, I think so. Now go check, and now it says go to unlock the screen by selecting lock in the bottom. What is it? They're talking about?
Are you trying to share screen?
I'm still trying to share this damn screen. I got no freaking clue how to do it.
I don't think Bradbury, by the way, looking at this comment on screen, gets a second round pick not because of his talent, but because he's obviously aging, but still a very good player. But it's his salary, and I don't think you'll get a second round pick for.
I think
James
monkeys and
Bradbury.
hats are scary too. What? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was just
I was
reading the
reading.
comment, but I was reading the comment. You know, the comment says Bradbury for a second round pick. Then
Tim has
trade
the
him.
answers. Just remember that Tim has the answers.
Yeah. We'll move on, but I was just saying Bradbury. I don't think gets a second.
Let's see. Okay, let's. Ron Juan said Bradbury for a second pick, then trade it plus the Giants' own second round to move back into the first round. I think to Don's point, Don, where is Don? I miss Don. He's moved up into the first class of the Malik Willis Express like multitudes of times. Brad, I think you're going to get maybe at best a third. And I don't think that many. I have a feeling, Dom, in this draft, I have a feeling that you're not going to have a lot of teams allowing people to move back into the bottom half of the draft because I think there's a lot of excellent value in this year's draft because of the depth at offensive line, because of the depth at defensive line. I think there's value. Corner even. I don't see a lot of teams looking unless someone's going to give up a plethora of picks. I don't see a lot of, in my personal opinion, I don't see a lot of activity. What do you think? I mean,
I don't think you get the value, and I'm not against trading back at all, but I don't necessarily think you get the value for a top 10 pick this year as you might have in last year.
Look what I did.
You did it. Well done.
Look what I did.
But you'll probably get more value, as you say, to your point, later in the first round than you would have last year.
Shut up.
But anyway, shut up while you do this.
Okay. We are going to give away right now. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to give away something right now. Dom, what should we do a choice? You could either have a online Big Blue draft baby.
Draft baby. Yeah.
You can have a draft baby. Yeah. T-shirt. I'm only giving away t-shirts because I'm running out of money with you people. You can have a Poppycockers sweatshirt. No, not a sweatshirt. No, sorry. Nope. You can have a Poppycockers t-shirt. You can either have a Poppycockers t-shirt. You can either have a, there's a Poppycockers t-shirt, or you can have an online Big Blue t-shirt, or you can have a Draft Baby Yeah shirt. We're going to give away, and I'm going to hold up Ron Juan's question right here because I got to get back to all these questions. OGR's in the house. Hold on, OGR. Super chat. Finally got a chance to check in. What's good, OGR? Everything's good. All right, guys, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go leave this right here, Dom. Dom, should we do a question? Dom? Oh, you're on mute. Dom's.
Yeah, I could up, so I muted myself. I was going to say, you go for you drop some knowledge. You've got all the questions. You go for a question. I think a question.
All right, we are going to go for. I'm going to leave the icon here so I know where we left off in the chat because I got some chats I want to make sure we get to, and we're going to do a question. You could either win you have a choice, and I will mail these out. I'm not even going to mail them out. This is the best part. I'm going to order it from the website today. Oh, my arms look good. I'm going to order it from the website today. Sorry, sometime I was looking at myself in the gym going, the gun show. I'll get an order from the website today, so you get a choice. So the question is going to be: are we ready, Dom?
Go.
What is the name of Dom's favorite dancer at Poppycockers? It's the only name he's ever used. What is Dom's dancer's favorite name?
I'm first. I did it.
At Poppycockers. And you are going to have to check this one, Dom, because I don't remember how to spell it.
I put it in the private chat. I was first.
Oh, okay.
Beat everyone to it.
Okay, hold on. Well, you did. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What is for a win for either an online Big Blue shirt, a Poppycocker shirt, or a Draft Baby Yeah shirt? What is Dom's favorite dancer's name at Poppycockers?
Well, I watched him come in. Kareem, you're not correct. Chastity is not correct. LJ, it's not Daphne. JJ Stanger, it's not Veronica.
What are we naming Scooby-Doo?
I know. Yeah.
Oh, Shaggy.
Although I like Chastity, I might have to hire Chastity.
And you can also get a Poppycockers teddy bear. But I'm not sending out the Poppycockers teddy bears. Does anyone know? Because if nobody knows them, this was actually a pretty tough question. This was a pretty good Butters. I like Butters. Leonard Williams.
What we use on the poll to help the girls sometimes.
Williams. That's just wrong.
My little teacups. Greg.
Evidently, Dom has never been to a strip club. You do not put butter on the poll. That will not work out very well. All right. All right. We're going to, since no one's getting that Mandy, since no one's getting that question. Yeah, besides you, I thought that was an easy question. We're going to give we'll do a Giants question. We will do Chesty Lamore. I like that one. Okay, here's a giant question instead. And you get your choice, but Poppycocker shirt, online Big Blue shirt, or a Draft Baby Yeah shirt.
Before you ask your question, by the way, Daniela Jones, love it.
I love that one too. We should just give it to Donovan. We just give it to Donovan.
No, go for your Giants question.
Oh, you're so,
by the
you're
way,
so mean. Donovan, send all hate mail to Dom.
Yeah, apologies, Donovan.
Her Majesty's SecretSpy.com. Giants question. We're gonna do an old Giant question. Joe Morris ran for a bunch of yards in the 86 season. Maurice Carthon was his blocking fullback. What was Maurice Carthon's number? What was Maurice Carthon's number back in 1986? It was actually his number throughout his entire career.
I have no idea, so I'm gonna. I've got to go.
I love it here. My lawyer is contacting your boy right as we speak. OGR. Oh no, LJ. LJ is the first one. OGR was close. We got them both. Let's see here. Let's see. No, LJ is the first one to pop up on my screen. LJ, you are the winner. You get a choice of a Poppycockers t-shirt, an online Big Blue shirt, or a
Draft Baby Yeah.
Or a Draft Baby Yeah shirt. You just got to email me at tim@onlineBigBlue.com. Email me at tim@onlineBigBlue.com with your address. I will send it out today. I won't. I'm lying because I'm just going to type it on the website. And then
I'm sitting for Donovan because he also got it right, but was beaten to it.
Yeah, I know. OGR, we're sending you a coffee maker. I've already talked about OGR and sending him a coffee maker. But LJ, you got the big win. We'll give away another shirt. We still got about another 4 minutes and change. So we'll give away another shirt. But OGR was close. You know what we should do? We should give all super chats to OGR today. I know we could buy his own coffee maker, but we got to get him a coffee maker. We got to get him some coffee, man. I'm looking forward to using mine. I've got a new coffee maker, but I've got the house being refurbed at the moment, so it's tucked safely away so it doesn't get damaged. Well, that's not good. Holy crap. What's holy crap? Who can answer that without Google? Me, 44. I knew the answer.
You said the question. I hope you know the answer.
I was Googling it at the same time. All right, let's go back to some of these questions here. We're gonna go back up to the top of the super chat here. Bob Hill says Jason Seward's interception against Philadelphia in the playoffs was the best I've ever seen. It was really funny the time his pants fell down. That was pretty funny.
We're grown men, and yet we still can't help but laugh at that.
I know, we still can't laugh at it's that type of humor. What do you think about Max Garcia's signing? I like the signing, whether he competes for starter or the backup. I think he is the. I've said it before. Most of these signings, they are the 54th man on a 53-man roster. And I'm not saying that against Max Garcia, but there's a reason why he was still, as an offensive lineman, still looking for a job when the Giants signed him to a veteran minimum contract. Dom?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're here because no one else wants them, and they're also here because we can afford them. And these are guys that at least have some experience around the league that we can afford. And I like the pickups from the point of view of we're not trying to do something. We're not trying to rebuild and win. We're just trying to rebuild, and this is what these pickups are.
Ron Juan said it could be worse, Tim. We could have John Jalapena at center. John actually played center well till he got hurt. He got hurt, I think, in the Eagles game, last game of the season. He actually played well. I mean, well, we don't want him now. Jay says
we didn't want him when he came back to compete.
Well, he didn't compete when he came back. Willis and Barkley would be a nightmare in year 2. I do think that. I think if the Giants went that way, that there would be an interesting combination if they had those two, and if Kadarius Toney turned out to be a player. I still think Kenny G is not going to be around next year. I mean 2023.
Willis and Barkley, it's a dual running threat, and if they don't kill you for legs, Willis might just throw it and kill you that way.
Right.
You're worried about everything. You don't know what you're defending.
What's up, my man? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been, Braden? Where you been? Good to see you.
I'm loving that photo, by the way.
I like it. That was that's.
I can't see
it. Lacrosse. It's not field hockey. It's not cricket.
It looks like someone diving for the.
I think it's lacrosse.
Dom's there.
Hello, let's play some cricket. I would take I would take Icky and Lloyd or Gardner. I'm not taking the sauce. I'm not buying into the sauce. I'm not putting the sauce on my spaghetti. I'm not doing anything with the sauce because the sauce worries me. The sauce, and I've said this about when DeAndre Baker came out, too handsy. And the problem with being handsy is that is a hard habit to break because you have probably been doing it since Pop Warner. I worry about that.
I also worry about. There's nothing wrong with having an ego, but I worry about whether his ego can cope with not being the best player in the team, etc., with Sauce Gardner. And I just don't think we need a corner at this point.
I worked with DeAndre Baker real well. He never gave up a touchdown his final season in college either. How'd that work out?
In fairness, he hasn't given up a touchdown for the Giants in the last couple of seasons.
No, he hasn't. Jonathan says if we drop back, we should target Zion Johnson. I agree. I think if we drop back, we should go. I think Zion would be a nice pick. Mark Thompson says, I love Zion Johnson. Cloning is a great idea. Lol. What about Kevion Young? Sorry, but I am obsessed with the offensive line. You are obsessed with the offensive line right now. I think Young would be another interesting pick. I think he would be probably more attainable than Zion would, because like I said, I do think Zion's going to go at the latter half of the first.
Yeah, I think that now. I
do think you need like dumbass trippers on his mind all the time. I think you got to get off the offensive line. I'm just joking.
We've got lots of needs, not just the offensive line.
We got tons. According to Joe Schoen, we do. Seeing lots of Dean at college, thought he was a better player in a better division at linebacker. The problem is I'm not looking for a guy that was better in college. I'm looking for a guy who's better and is going to fit into the system and still be a good player. I'm not looking just for a system guy, but I'm looking for a guy whose attributes fit the Giants better. And I think that would be Devin Lloyd.
Lloyd is my preference of linebacker. I'm not against Dean, but I don't take Dean at 7. I'd take Lloyd at 7, but not Dean.
Donovan says, throw away the Malik Willis bias. It's not bias. He's awesome. Who do you think will be real? I think I've said it a couple times. I mean, I could see them going Neal, and I could see them going Neal and Lloyd. I could see them going Thibodeau and Icky. It's really good. It's really, like I said, this draft is going to be, right now, I've never seen a draft so screwy outside of the first pick, where you can probably definitively say, I have no idea who the Giants or any of these other teams are going to take. Detroit could surprise us all and trade the pick. Say the Jets could trade up to Atlanta and have Atlanta, grab their quarterback. I mean, I've seen some mock drafts, Dom, seeing like 4 quarterbacks in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I saw one as well where they've just got one, right? I mean, mock drafts, I think you have to take with a pinch of salt. And sometimes they do a mock draft just because it would be interesting to see what that would be and do something a bit different, get their headlines, blah, blah, blah. But they're all over the place with these mock drafts. And I don't remember, and I maybe short-term memory, but I don't remember one being as all over the place as this for quite some time.
I like this bold prediction from Mike Glenn. Giants draft a lineman in the 4th round that becomes an all-pro in 2 or 3 years. Are we talking a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman? And if so, which one? I
mean, I think you get some value later on, right? And the Bills, what is it? No, their offensive line last year had no first rounders on it at all. So I mean, Shane has form on the offensive line on that one, but I think there is, for particularly interior linemen, some value to be had later on.
Would you guys consider drafting Willis, Lloyd, and Zion? I actually, you know what? If you got this draft, I would say, if in my opinion, because like I said, I'm not the Giants. This is my opinion. Okay, I would think that's a win.
100%.
Say something else because I got to drink some water.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. So yes, that's a win. I'm not going to cry. So I wasn't necessarily pro Willis, right? Last week I looked at him and thought, you know what? If we draft this kid, I'm absolutely fine with it.
That's right. Yes. Come on. My name is Willie. I keep the ladies creaming and all my fans got screaming. You can defeat me. You're dreaming.
Sorry,
who says white man can't dance?
Not me. But, I'm a good dancer.
But yeah, I mean, but if we take Willis, I mean, I think he.
What you talking about, Willis?
But I think if you took that as your.
What you talking about, Willis?
that's absolutely great. But again, you could sub in a lot of. I think if you took Lloyd, Zion, and
I think it's a win.
defensive end, it's a win. If you take Willis, it's a win. If you take even a tackle, it's a win. I think it's those latter two that really, really, really make it a win.
I still love this one. I'm going to put it back up again. My lawyer, Dom, is contacting your lawyer.
Oh, dear me. Yeah.
Dom's lawyer is Dom's lawyer at Her Majesty's Secret Spy.com.
My lawyer's so top secret that I can't reveal his or her name for security reasons.
For security reasons. USO, what's going on, my friend? Hey, guys, just got off work. Hope you gentlemen are having a good day. I'm having a good day. Dom, you having a good day?
Yeah, very good.
I'd be happy if we take Zion Johnson. If he falls to us in the second round, I would be ecstatic.
It'd be up there with the Ojari pick, right, from last year.
Yeah.
Well, that was a steal, and it proved to be, I think, during the. It was a very exciting one.
What's not worth it?
L'Oreal.
Who?
It's a shampoo brand over here, and their brand nickname is L'Oreal because you're worth it.
I have to get a wah button for Don. Let's see. Other teams' 54th man is still better than 80% of our offensive line. You didn't get that wrong, Mike. You nailed that one. Sack the quarterback. Let's see. I like to sack the quarterback. Shockingly, I never had a quarterback sack. Just throw that out there. Peppers to the Pats is in.
Not one.
Not one.
Yeah.
Never had one.
Was it the scheme or talent?
Not even going back to Pop Warner.
Really?
Yeah.
Scheme or talent?
More scheme. That and I was slow. So
in fairness, I rarely got forward because the other guy went forward more on the other side, and therefore I had to tuck in and make sure we had enough numbers if we lost the ball. So I didn't. I didn't score many goals because of scheme, but I also didn't score many goals because I had no talent. So for me, it was both. But
I've said it a million times. Only two things stop me from going pros: injuries and talent. That's the only thing that stopped me.
Yeah.
Vinny G.
But you shrunk how many feet injured? Sorry, since you left college.
2.5. I was 6'4". I felt so manly in college. I was 6'4".
6'4", and how many pounds? Because I
was 6'4", 235.
Nice.
I know. I thought I was good. I was like, that would look great on a football card. Too bad it wasn't true. Like I said, college was the only place I ever went where I learned not to measure.
Yeah, tackling 37. Positional sense.
Jay says, do you still consider Garcia an upgrade of Hernandez? Hernandez went to the Arizona Cardinals. Only things wrong with Will Hernandez. For a guy that was supposed to be so powerful, he got pushed into the back of the pocket a lot. For a guy that was supposed to have this nasty streak, he couldn't control his temper after his rookie season. For a guy that was supposed to be technically sound, I think he's one of the reasons that, and I've said this before, and I've done videos about it, that both Nate Solder and Andrew Thomas had issues when he was in the game and then excelled outside of Nate Solder, excelled when he left the game. Everyone forgets Andrew Thomas played better, exponentially better when he was paired with Shane Lemieux, because, and I've said this a million times, but with Hernandez, he misses a lot of assignments and he leaves his tackle out to dry. Because if you have and I've pointed out before, we pointed out some plays, I can't remember right now, but if you have a speed rusher looping around and you are the left tackle, but there's also an inside assignment, a couple times we've pointed out before, Dom, I just can't remember the plays. Will blocked the wrong guy. He went and helped double team with the center and missed the inside stunt while Thomas or whomever was caking the guy looping around.
The other issue for Thomas was, even if Hernandez did get the right guy and was doing his job, Thomas was worrying about whether he would or wouldn't do his job too many times, and therefore wasn't being able to fully focus on what he was doing because he was worrying about two things when he should be worrying about one.
Yeah, exactly. You can't keep star players under contracts.
It's a trust issue.
Yeah, it's a trust. And that's another thing. I think it's a trust issue. I think you're right. I think 100%. This draft is going to be interesting. This could be a run on offensive lineman, wide receivers, edge, causing a draft to go. And Mark, I think he nails it. It could go. This draft could literally go any direction. Yeah. Anyone that does a mock draft, and people are like, well, you pick on people that do mock drafts. No, I don't pick on people. It's just I've said this a million times. I've said it to Dom. If you're called a content creator, that's what you do. You're not a mock draft maker. You do other things. But there's no way to gauge where this is going to go outside of pick one. There's no way. I mean, Dom, I would say in the last 15 years, I have not seen a draft that could literally go any direction at any time after the first pick.
No, exactly. And you then got to factor in trades, etc. Look, they're fun. I'm sure they're fun to do. They can be fun to look at, but you have to take any mock with a pinch of salt, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget to like.
It's taken 1 hour and 25 minutes, and we remembered.
Oh my God, I forget. I forget.
Hey, I already did it pre-show. Don't worry.
What's the count at? What's the count at, people? I'm supposed to tell people to like, and then I get yelled at if I don't tell people to like. But I think people are smart enough not for me to have to tell them to like. What's the count at, people? Wait, look at this. Now I had to go and do this. Now look at this. We're at 46. That's terrible. We should be at 100,948.
Wait, that's a PB for me. Don't mock it.
Trying, man. I'm trying. Like Dom, I am from England. 2, been a Giant fan for nearly 30 years. I didn't know that. Where are you still in England now, Mr. Old Sith
Good
Bones?
man.
Are you still in England? Just for you. Hello, love. I'm from England too. Oh, hip hip cheerio and all that rot. What do we get here?
Good man. It's going to snow on Thursday, apparently.
It snowed here yesterday. Get it, Tim. This show, great. Thank you. Trivia for Tim.
51. I think you're up to 51.
I'm up to 51. I went up to 56.
Oh, 51 was Gettleman's favorite number because it's the only it's the number of players he could field.
Are we up to we went up? How far did we go up? That was a big jump. All right. Should I say something again? to make
let's not tempt it. Let's not push our luck.
Oh my God, push our. Isn't that a TV show in Britain?
Push your luck.
Yeah.
No, I think so. I mean,
that was, or is it Password?
I don't think we got that either.
You don't remember Password?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a show in Britain.
Press Your Luck was a game show, but it was in America and it was before I was born.
Which coast had the worst? Trivia question for Tim. Which coast had led the Giants to the worst record in one season? I know Ali Sherman went 1-12. Ali Sherman. And if you're going to ask me the year, if you're going to ask me the year, 66. Am I right? Oh wait, I gotta wait for the answer. I know we had. I know Alex Webster went 2-11-1. That was back in 73. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna stick with my answer. Who you guys want in the second round? Zion Johnson, Scotty. You been paying attention?
If he goes, who do you pick?
Ooh,
I mean, it's difficult to tell because you don't know who's going to be there. But
if he goes,
because there's a good chance. I agree with you. I think it was more realistic 4 weeks ago than it is now, but he falls there.
If he goes,
I mean, it's hard to tell. You don't know what people are going to do and what we're going to do, but
actually, Greg Armsberger went 12-2 or 2-12. Ali only won one game, so I'm going to take 2 wins over 1 win. So he went. Armsberger went. Where did he go? He went. He went 2-12 and 74. So I think one. I personally, if you're thinking about statistically, a tie only counts as a tie. So they only had 1 win back in Ali Sherman when he went in 66 when he went 12-1 and 12-1. Don't step on Superman's cape. You don't spin in the wind. You don't
2 wins is twice as many as
on the Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Tim. Sorry.
2 wins is better than 1. It's twice as many.
2 wins are better than 1. Let's see.
How are you making that into a song?
Because that is a song.
Anyway, who would you take in the second round if Johnson's gone?
Let me look at my top 51. Who would I take in the second round? You know who I would take? Did I take a quarterback?
Well, you'd want you.
But did I? No, that's my question. Did I take a quarter? Positionally, did I take a quarterback?
If you've taken a quarter, if you haven't, I'm guessing you're going to take Riddler.
I'm going to take Ritter if I didn't take a quarterback.
And if you've taken the quarterback,
if I've taken a quarterback, well, let me see my list here. I have a list, the top 51. Let me see who I would take. See, this is a difficult question because I don't know who was taken before me. I don't know who's
exactly.
I don't know. That's why I don't do mock drafts. I don't know.
Exactly. It's so challenging because you don't know who we're going to take and who they're.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah. Will Hernandez stinks. He does. Love stinks. Love stinks.
I'll throw a name out there. Chad Moomer, maybe, if you haven't taken a linebacker.
I haven't done a lot of research.
But I quite like him, but I wonder whether he's more of a mid-second round pick than an early second round pick.
We could trade back. It's my old Sith Bone says it's only draft I trust GM to pick the right in a long time with Shane. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Bristol. I am 45 years old.
Lovely city. I was once in a shopping centre in Bristol before one of my best mates' wedding. Literally an hour beforehand, trying to find him something that he needed to replace something he spilt on. Then had to drive him at speed out as quickly as I could out of Bristol to get to the wedding on time.
I love this one though by El Gigante. We're going to the flea market and we're getting some linemen like $5 for $1 the Shane way.
Yeah, we got a bog off deal, a buy one get one free.
Does anyone remember anyone out there from Jersey remember the US? Whoa, wait a minute. Jeez, why do I keep getting all this damn feedback? Anyone from Jersey remember the US 1 flea market? That was a great place to go. Press Your Luck. That was an 80s game show. Okay. No whammies. That's right. Let's see here. Don't just draft Tyler Linderbaum at 5 or 7. We have other good centers in the late round, like Lindstrom from Boston, West from Arizona State, and maybe Cole Strange. I like Cole Strange.
I've not done research on him, but I love the name. I'm sold on Cole Strange. You don't take Linderbaum at 5 or 7. I said it's literally the first thing ever.
You can't take Linderbaum. All right, guys, we stuck at 58. I've done this before. I'm not going to talk until we get to like 62. I won't say a word, and neither will Dom. We're just going to sit here till we get to 62. Okay, that didn't work out. Oh my goodness gracious, that didn't work out too well, did it?
Did we drop likes?
It just hurt. It just hurt my face. Like, oh, we got to 63. You know what kills me? Why do I gotta
know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Why do I gotta tell you? Why? Love to pair Brisker and McKinney in the second round and Wink system. It's actually not a bad combination either. If you don't go, I don't know. I still don't want to grab. I don't want to grab a safety in the second round. I know we've depleted ourselves. We're going to have to take a safety early, potentially second or third. And I think we have multiple third rounders. Don't we have multiple third rounders? Don't we have 2 third rounders?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, so. Yep. I would take Ritter. I would take Ritter. Because like I said, I just want to do the I'm Batman thing repeatedly. Because I just want to do I'm Batman. Oh, hold on. High five. I found the button.
That's what she said.
Ow.
You still not labeled the darn things. I'm going to go with a no.
I've been working out. I've been busy. I've been busy.
You've been busy stalking night show radio hosts in the hope that they get sick.
Trying to push them downstairs. What are the chances the Giants draft 2 Pro Bowlers at 5 and 7? I know Gettleman would be 0. You know what's scary? And it has nothing. And I'm not trying to knock Shane, and I'm not giving Gettleman any credit, but it's not easy. It's not easy making these picks because you go off the best information given to you by your scouts, by your other people, your personnel people, and sometimes you hit and sometimes you whiff. I mean, 2 years ago, who thought the Barkley pick would be a bust?
Almost no one.
Yeah.
You know, and you've also got things like you can do all your research on them, but it takes one moment of madness. They do something daft, and that's their career gone. You know, you can't necessarily predict that. there might be flags, but as you say, you can only go off the best information available to you.
Right. And I think that's the thing. Greg, do you agree that 2 wins is better than 1? Allie, just saying. Do you think Jeremiah
It depends on what your goal is, right? I mean, allegedly, if you're the owner of the Miami Dolphins, that is not the case.
If you're looking for ties, I guess 2 wins, unless you're playing for the tie. Jeremiah Johnson, Florida State, worth 7th overall pick. No. And I know you have Trevor Penning, and you have these other guys that are just like jumping up the charts that people are, because they've had good pro days. You got Jordan Davis, because we all know Jordan Davis ran the 40 in 2.8 seconds.
I thought Jermaine Johnson was the edge.
What's that?
I thought Jermaine Johnson was the edge. Sorry.
Yes, but I'm just saying people jumping up the draft board.
Sorry.
Because of the combine. Dom, keep up with the show. We did, with the combine and everything else. Boy, my one arm looks good. What big. I wouldn't mess with me either. Sorry.
I definitely wouldn't. You're like a foot taller than me, like twice my weight.
I'm just admiring myself. But I don't think he's worth a 7. Can you get a good safety? I think you can get a good safety in later rounds. I think you can find a safety, and I think you could find a safety in the 3rd.
We need a lot of players in the 3rd: a tight end, a defensive tackle, a safety.
And people think I'm crazy. There's a kid out of Washington, Trent McDuffie. He's a corner. And now to me he's 5'11". So if he's college 5'11", he's probably 5'10" in real life. I actually think his skill sets, even though he's on a little bit on the small side, would lend better to being a free safety. And I know there'll be a little conflict there with both McKinney and having this other guy, another free safety guy, but
Greg's coming back at you.
Armsberger is statistically slowed down on it's. Oh, geez. Armsberger is statistically the worst coach the Giants have had in terms of winning percentage with 200. But I don't go off of winning percentage. I go off the number of wins, because a tie turns around and askews your winning percentage, because of the fact that a tie is not a win and it's not a loss.
Could also go off how many games did they have. That could skew your winning percentage.
That could skew your winning percentage as well. I'm not falling for it. Oh, he said statistically the worst season. Well, statistically, you could also say Bill Parcells at 3-12-1. I mean, there's a lot of statistical data that you could go through having the worst season. So you could also, like I said, you could also go back to Allie Sherman in 64, who had a really bad season at 3-10-2. I mean, so there's, and then, we went through a span. I understand with Armsberger where we were only, we were shut out for something like 12 quarters. Just throwing that out there. T. Browns in the house.
Statistically, depends what statistic you want to take. Who was the worst coach statistically at points scored, points conceded in the last 2 minutes of each half?
I don't think he's on the team anymore. We're up to 69.
Thank goodness for that.
We're up to 69 likes. Let's see here. Bigger need in the draft: 2 tight ends or 2 safeties. We got Ricky Jones, whatever his name is. The diamond in the rough.
I don't necessarily think you're taking 2 of those, or both of those in the draft. Maybe a 6th, 7th rounder, but.
See, T. Brad says McDuffie is good. I was looking at him. So does Greg. Greg thinks McDuffie is good. Washington College has a list of good quarterbacks in the past drafts. They actually had some good quarterbacks in the past draft. They really have. Washington is, there's like Ohio State is the team that you stay away from when you want to draft a quarterback. And Washington has produced some guys. But Dom, do you really go? I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask a question about college football. Why is it that certain colleges tend to have the perception, or maybe it's fact, that they can't produce players of certain positions, but can produce them of others. But over such a long period of time, I mean, it's a genuine question. I don't know the answer.
Here's the thing: it's a myth. It's a misnomer that certain colleges can't produce quarterbacks. I mean, there's you could say a name of a quarterback and say, well, this school he flamed out because he's a product of Ohio State. There's been successful Ohio State quarterbacks. There's been successful Alabama quarterbacks. It's just that, the lineage. I mean, you think about it this year, or years of people like draft, people that come out in the draft. Sometimes there's only one quarterback coming out from Alabama. It doesn't mean every single years out of a 30-year history, you're going to have a great quarterback coming out of Alabama. You're going to miss, you're going to have guys that just don't have good skill sets coming out for the NFL. So I think it's more of a misconception with fans is that you shy away from certain schools because they're like systems guys. But if you draft one quarterback or put one quarterback in the draft every year, that's like I've said it before, only 2 teams go to the Super Bowl. So you're going to have 30 other teams that just didn't make it. And it's the same thing. You put one quarterback in the draft, not everyone's going to make it. You're going to have, you could have more hits than misses because not every quarterback has the same amount of talent.
Yeah, it's also about the team needs and where they go as well. Like, you can have a player with all the skills in the world. Trevor Lawrence, for instance, last year, and I'm not saying he's going to be a bust by any stretch, but he's gone into a bad situation, and that may well do for him potentially. I don't think it will, but there is also that. But yeah, I was just interested in how these schools get these reputations and how that sort of leads to teams. And I imagine that the professional scouts aren't overly worried about the perceptions and
This is a good question. We have not signed a safety free agency. I loved Elliott coming off. Elliott's coming off the injuries, coming off of the low contract. I don't know what the contract value Pepper's got. And I would think that, to me, Elliott has more of an upside. But again, a lot of these guys don't want to come in for a rookie minimum. A veteran minimum. A lot of these guys are going to hope that but a lot of these guys are going to see if there's injuries in the season or in preseason before they make a move to a team so they can garner as much money as they do, because you never want to play on a prove it deal. T-Brad says, I think the Giants will all be in on the sauce. Gardner, that is. James Gardner. Maverick. Brett Maverick, sorry. I hope they stay away from the sauce, Tom. I think we talked about that.
We did.
I don't think we got to move that direction. The Giants are going. What's Mr. Lewis have to say here? The Giants are going to draft Malik Willis at 5. Malik Willis. Bring him to keep him away from Carolina, the land, so they only trade him to Pittsburgh. Every Giant fan is going to hate Shane in a matter of hours. Oh my God. I think if the Giants did draft Malik Willis, I think there would be like a stream of hateness. I really do. I really do. I think that. I think they would. I think there's a segment of the fan base that would lose their effing minds.
I'm thinking of one fan that would lose their mind if we drafted him and then traded him straight out.
I know. I'm not going to say who. Dom, I'm looking at you.
You can look at me all you like.
I'm looking at you. Zeke Anderson coming with the big super chat for the kids. Rebuild doesn't start till your quarterback is set. Ours is a vanilla ice cream. Nothing special. Draft Willis and let's go. It's Daniel Jones at the 5. It's Daniel Jones at the... That was for you, Zeke. So I hit the wrong button.
All aboard the Malik Willis Express.
Zeke has just secured his spot in the Malik Willis Express. He is now in the first class coach. Attention, everyone. The Malik Willis Express will be leaving for MetLife Stadium shortly. Please make sure you have your tickets available. Thank you.
Can I slightly change it slightly? I think the rebuild can start without your quarterback. What I don't think it necessarily does is the clock doesn't necessarily start. I think what your real clock starts once you take your quarterback. So I think you can start your rebuild by putting some pieces around it, and then. But the pressure really comes once you're taking a quarterback, and I think that's where it steps up. I think there were sort of 2 stages.
Willers don't stop. I don't know. Pull up the mic and I'll flow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage, watch jump like a candle. Dance to the speaker that moves. I'm sorry, I was doing vanilla ice. Ice.
It's all right.
Stop.
I was just
collaborate and listen. Tim is back with a brand new invention. Something. Grab the hold of me tightly. Hold like a heartbeat daily and nightly. Will it don't stop? Yo, I don't know. Because to the extreme, rock the mic like a vandal. light up a stage, wax a chump like a candle. Sorry.
Ice, baby.
Where else could
Oh,
you go to talk Giants and have Vanilla Ice sung to you? In what other channel?
He can dance if he wants to. He can leave his friends behind. Because his
can
friends
dance.
don't dance, and if they don't dance, then
No friends of mine there. We can go where we want to. Gonna leave your world behind. Because if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, and you know, friends of mine, the cash, my wife is upstairs. Hold on, my wife is asking for money. Hold on. Yes.
This channel doesn't make money. I didn't realize.
Under the coffee. Ice, baby. Sorry. I'm sorry. Now I'm so.
I actually
I'm
really
so
enjoy that.
confused now. I am so.
Where are we?
Why am I so confused? Oh wait, it's gonna be a yes or no question.
Do you
This
really need
team
to
is
ask
my
about the game,
recital. I think it's very vital to rock a run that's right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock a run that's right on time. It's tricky.
Do you know?
Tricky.
That-
I met this little girlie. Her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house to bust her out. I had to leave real early. Sorry.
I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they used that about Drac in Road Trip, which was sort of a cheap version of American Pie, but had a.
I liked Road Trip.
Yeah, I did too. I'm pretty sure the geeky guy whose car they borrow and then destroy ends up dancing with the big girl from the.
Oh yeah, they did. They use it's tricky to rock a run right on time. It's tricky. Run DM say it's tricky. Huh.
There you go.
That's very good, Dom. Good dropping a movie reference.
I managed to remember a movie reference.
That was a good one. He was also in a movie called The New Guy. The kid, which was a pretty funny movie. Let's see what says. That would be me. What? That would be me. Don't want Willis.
Make the back.
That phrase.
I like you, old bone stiff. So you're not going to get banned. You came really close to the beginning band there. All right, what's up? What do we got here? And Tim Noonan, Teenage Ninja Turtles movies can play Vanilla Ice Stuntels. Vanilla Ice was in the second Ninja Turtle movies. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Sorry. Hey, Nikki's in the room. What's up, Nikki? Greg says, instead of the sauce, we might as well draft Woolen in the third round. He ran a 4.3 and jumped 16.4. And he's 6'4". Yeah, why not?
I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother with corner this year at all, to be honest.
I have a propensity. Of course, the Giants. You talk about not wanting to draft. Excuse me. You talk about not wanting to draft a quarterback from a certain college. The Giants are the team in the last 5 years you don't want to draft a corner.
We've drafted a few recently, haven't we? To be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, and how well they worked out.
Marvelously. We're
going to do another giveaway. How do I do this again? Share screen. Okay. Hold on. Share. Damn it.
You spent ages Googling that earlier. What's going on?
I don't know. And I don't know why it's not working now. I do not know why it's not working now. All right. I blame Dom. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe if I go to window, click on that, share. No, it's doing it. It worked a minute ago.
You did it by accident, ironically.
Shut up. We likes you. Share. Hey, there we go. All right. We are going to give away another shirt. We are going to give away your choice of either a
Draft, baby. Yeah.
shirt, a online Big Blue shirt, or a Poppycocker shirt. So we're going to do a question here, Dom. And I do think Dom should be the questionnaire. I really do. I am the engineer of the Malik Willis Express. You should be the questionnaire.
Oh dear, but I didn't think about one. Oh, come on, you definitely do questions. Your questions are way better than mine. Go. You drop some NFL knowledge.
It's a cop out.
It is a cop out.
It's
Yeah,
a cop out.
It is a cop out, but I don't care.
I'm going to do an easy question. So this is going to be for either. You could either choose a Poppycocker shirt, an Online Big Blue shirt, or a Draft Baby Yeah shirt, the question is going to be, who was the first New York Giants quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards, and what season or what year was it? Do 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 do. I hear the clicking with the Google. Google. Who was
I wasn't. Well, I was, but not that. Actually, I wasn't looking up the question.
First quarterback to throw for the Giants for over 4,000 yards, and what year was it? I've said this about 1,000 times on I don't know how many streams. You got a Poppycockers t-shirt, an Online Big Blue t-shirt, or you can get yourself a Draft Baby Yeah shirt. No, it is not Kurt Warner. No, it is not Eli Manning. No, it is not Kerry Collins. First quarterback for the New York Giants to throw for over 4,000 yards. It happens to be one of my favorite players. He went to a college named Mohead State. Something similar. Rhymes with Mohead State. Played for the Giants. Number 1 draft choice. Won a Super Bowl.
Oh, damn it.
Last
I
name.
I have a question for next time.
Oh, we got a winner, though. We got a winner because he's got new Legend 24, Phil Simms, 1984. We had Giants 34 and Jason coming in with Simms, but we needed the year. 1984 was the year the Giants went 9-7 after going 3-12-1. Phil Simms was the first quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards in Giants history. And New Legend 24 wins. New Legend 24, send me an email at tim@onlineBigBlue.com. tim@onlineBigBlue.com. Let me know. Oh, yeah. And if you won the shirt earlier, I need to know what shirt and your size. I don't want to guess.
I got the quarterback, not the year.
But
down by 1.
Let's stop sharing that screen. Oh, that was Dave Brown. Phil. Y.A. Tittle. That would have been a good one, Y.A. Tittle, but no, he never threw for 4,000 yards. It's amazing that the Giants, like I said, really outside of, Phil Simms was the first guy to do it back in 84. Who the hell would have thought Phil Simms in 84 was going to throw for 4,000 yards? Especially coming off the season that they came off with when Parcells almost got fired in 83, because he even said, I listened to everyone else but myself. And then he turned around and won, and then won a Super Bowl 2 years later.
It's a really good philosophy, that, though, isn't it? If you're going to do something, do it your way. And if it works, then great. And if it doesn't work, well, at least you can say you did it. You did it the way you wanted to.
Right, because it's one of those things, Dom, that regrets you had a few. Because I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention.
I knew
it all when there was doubt. For being a smartass.
Oh, dude.
Mine's a lot easier.
That's what she said.
Oh my goodness. What do we got? Come on, guys. We're wrapping this up. We giving away our 2 shirts. Check my emails upstairs. What do we got? Let's get a good comment. Let's get some good comments in here. Here we go. Jay's got a comment. Good comment.
Shane is welcome anytime.
Has Shane secured his booth at Poppycockers for the draft? No, I hope Shane's at work. If Shane's at Poppycockers, we got some serious trouble.
We might have to borrow Nike the dog or bring Dave back if Shane's with us. And
if Shane's at Poppycockers, we got problems. Look at my last question. Okay. 85.
No, I think his last question from memory was, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, Giants 34.
Oh, here you go.
It was, yeah. Oh, that was his last question.
With John Mara showing his true poppycock love for Daniel Jones, do you think he's going to keep him past this year if we don't draft Willis and not a position to take in quarterback next year? I've said it before. I think Daniel Jones is going to I think the Giants are going to, I don't know. Because like I said, it's a should. Should be ready. Is a should be ready really going to mean that he's going to be ready? I think the draft is going to dictate if the Giants take a quarterback, and I'm not saying it's Malik Willis, but if the Giants take a quarterback in the first 3 rounds, I'm thinking Daniel Jones is not ready.
That's the end for Daniel Jones.
I think it's the end because you're already giving Andy Dalton got $6 million to go and to back up Jameis Winston. We gave more to Tyrod Taylor.
I mean, nothing shocks me with what we do at quarterback this year. If we draft one, Taylor starts or Jones starts. If you want my money right now, then Tyrod Taylor starts week 1, barring injury. But it wouldn't shock me if any of the other 2 scenarios happened either.
Where do I interview for a co-host? You're supposed to email me at tim@onlineBigBlue.com, tim@onlineBigBlue.com. We're still holding auditions for the co-host ship for 3-12-1, the Giants 2022 season. So you just T-Brad, just email me.
Sorry, I thought, is a tie a win or not a win? Just asking for a friend.
Dan Collins set a single set run for most yards. Yeah, he did set a single for Phil Simms, was the first one to throw for 4,000 yards. Zach Attack, what's up, my brother? Zach, where you been? We've had some Googling we've needed. Tim, do you think Seattle or another team will try to jump the Giants for a quarterback? I think we need to worry about the Texans. I think we need to worry about Atlanta, and I think we need to worry about the Lions.
I also
don't have to jump.
I also think that Seattle will have more pressing teams they'd be worried about jumping for quarterback than us. I'm not saying that doesn't mean we won't draft one, but I think, as you say, those teams are the ones that they'd be wanting to do.
And you know what they say about the Daddy Mac? He makes you want to jump. Crisscross makes you want to jump.
Are you just going to keep going with this, or
I can go all day?
That's what she said.
You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. I don't get Mara. I know Jones is a wholesome, nice guy, but he sucks. I mean, would I go, Dom, as much as saying that Daniel Jones sucks? Would I go that far? Yes.
Depends on what you're comparing him to. But if you're talking about NFL level, then yes. If you're talking about does he suck? No, he's still one of the most talented quarterbacks in the world. But but then when you're comparing NFL talent, that doesn't count for a lot because they're all at that level. But I think Mara with Jones, I think it's a question of he's said how good he is and how much he trusts him for so long. But he doesn't want to let go of that, and he wants it to work. He's willing it to work for his own ego and what have you. That's why he wants it to work.
So could he be willing for Willis?
You never know.
What does USO have to say here? Dom, are you going to watch the new Lord of the Rings Power of the Ring series? What are your thoughts on it? Oh, this is going to be channel.
No. I know I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the trailer. I like the books and what have you, but no, I have seen it. I don't plan on watching it.
We are up to 76 likes.
Wow.
And
that is a new PB.
We should be at 100. There's 71 people in the room. We had 98 until Dom started talking about the Lord of the Rings. We have 73 people in the room. We need to get up to 100. 100 likes. I was in lab. Zach, your excuses are your own. You were supposed to be here Googling. We don't pay you not to do things. We don't pay you at all, but you should still be Googling.
Googling lab. Have us sort of discreetly on a headphone somewhere.
Dom, congrats on becoming Speaker of the Commons.
Great order.
No, what that is. Would you take Hal in the
speaker
second
shouts when they get rowdy?
Oh, would you take Hal in the second round? I would say no. Not that I'm against Hal, but I'm against Hal. I want the Ritter.
What? You're
okay.
You can't keep me cooped up in here, okay? I am a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
I tried.
Your button pressing is about as good as my Googling.
T-Brad says jump. Crisscross will make you want to jump. The Daddy Mac will make you want to jump.
Jump up and jump around.
Jump up, jump around. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. And now the NFL says you must hire a color or female head coach. A color? What? A color.
I'm not quite sure. I've not seen this rule, but
I don't know. That's just I think that's racist. I'm not. You know what? When in doubt, I just block people for a minute because I don't know if that was a racist comment. And if it wasn't a racist comment, I'm sorry. Oh, racist. Thank you. Thank you.
Am I the meanest?
Wrong one. We banned him with poppycockers. I thought that was racist.
Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You got banned. I thought it was racist. Person of color. Yeah, I know.
Possibly. I couldn't quite work it out.
I couldn't work it out, but when in doubt, just ban. There was an old saying at the club. When in doubt, don't take the chance. And that's when you thought someone was drunk or too drunk to be there. That was that thing. When in doubt, don't take the chance. Just throw them out.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a mistype, but I wasn't sure, to be honest.
I wasn't sure. Like I said, I didn't ban him. I just put him in timeout. Wink and Lloyd is a perfect marriage for years. We must draft him. I agree. I think if you want to look at something with Lloyd, I think, like I said, we've talked about this probably ad nauseum, but Lloyd to me, Dom, fits the Wink system. Can we at least get to 90 likes before I leave? Because we're at 81. We need 9 more. Oh my God, I got it right. I got it right, Dom. 81 plus 9 is 90.
What can I say? Well, congratulations. You can now do 2 bits of maths. You can do 81 plus 9 and cap calculations.
Thank you. New Legend sent me an email. Thank you. I'll take a look at that when I go upstairs. Cocker Cash is in the house.
Make the
get. Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here. Not up in here.
Cocker Cash. YouTube doesn't accept Cocker Cash for super chats. Well, they should. Cocker Cash should be available everywhere. We're actually going to have Cocker Cash. Go on the online Big Blue website. Click on
it at Poppycockers.
You can spend it at Poppycockers. You can spend it anywhere you want.
You definitely can spend it at Poppycockers. I can confirm.
If Neil and Ike are gone, hope G-Man take Tibbs or the sauce. I think
it's Tib and sauce.
Is that? I mean, I think that if I like Tib. Like I said, I like Kayvon. I like him. I think I get a little worried. Like I said, I get worried that he's got a little clowny in him. But I like him. Tom's got your response.
LJ's spot on. It's about time you label those sound bites. Although, having said that, I think probably it's got to the point now where it's better to just not, because we're all used to it and it's incredibly funny still every time.
Tim, it's about time you label those sound bites. No. You want to know why? Because now I'm just gonna do this, people, because now you pissed me off.
Don't push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Warning, it's the Wink attack.
What? Over?
Warning. You're bad.
One.
Professional.
You need people. That phrase is trademark. Are you a big? But that's okay. Get.
Mary, that's all we're gonna do.
Is this like Dr. Evil trying to find the right button?
That's what she said.
I know where that button is. Would I take a Jobu in the second round? Yeah, I already said I would.
Did I see he got injured?
Yes, he hurt himself during this pro day.
Yeah,
he tore I believe he tore his Achilles, which we all know is a repetitive stress injury, so it's not like a knee. So he'll probably take 6 months to come back, and he's a young guy. So these young guys heal quick. Us old guys, we fall down. We're laid up for a month and a half. So I think it's I would. It's to me it's the Jalen Smith scenario back years, like 5-6 years ago when he got hurt at Notre Dame with Notre Dame, of course, in the bowl game, and then Dallas took him in the second round, and he basically sat out the season because of the injury. But the Giants don't do things like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why, to be honest, but we don't do things like that. What do we got here? Instead of a new quarterback, Shane drafts properly labeled. Here you it's Daniel.
Yeah, man.
What's yours?
That's what she said. What is wrong with you?
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Sorry.
Can you imagine Roger Goodell? And the pick is in, and the Giants pick.
I find
They
your
won't
lack
sound
of
right.
faith disturbing.
Is Cocker Cash a crypto? It should be.
Yeah, it's crypto. It's crypto.
It's crypto. Dom is in charge of the Cocker Cash. He will be. He is our Dom is our financial guru, our financial
Well,
expert.
I actually put Urban in charge of it, but he seemed to have run away with it all. I can't
He ran,
find
away
it.
with he ran away with the Cocker Cash. Draft, baby. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to run this out. We're closing this out. We only got up to 83 likes. I'm pissed off now. I wanted 90. I wanted 90.
He's upset.
Now I'm going to sing.
He's now got to go and make 7 new YouTube channels to go and like this video so he can get to 90. And it takes time, guys. It takes time.
I think it was so funny. What did you say to me that one day that I made? I made 6,000 YouTube channels.
Whatever it was, yeah.
I thought that was I still laugh at this. I still laugh at that to this day. When I hit 10,000, I think it was when I hit 10,000. You go, yeah, because you went out and made 6,000 YouTube channels.
Yeah, you spend your day just logging
And going
in.
through. It's funny though, because we have the 2 new shows that are coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to them.
So we're going to have 312 in 1, the 2022 season, and then I'm also doing a sports pop culture show. I'm also doing. I'm not going to give out the name, but I had to create YouTube channels for each show. I haven't launched them yet, but I had to create 2 different YouTube channels. That's a son of a bitch. You got to give them your email, your phone number, and your blood type just to make the channel. Then if you try to make 2 channels consecutively, you get flagged.
Really?
Yes. You get flagged. And they don't allow you to create the second channel.
So all you got to do, launch one and then launch the second.
I had to use a different phone number for the second channel. And then they send you a text message. So they verify the number. I'm like, wow. I was thinking to myself, and I thought of you when I was doing it, because I was like, well, Dom had a great idea. I could get up to 20,000 subscribers. I'll just make 6,000 new channels. And I'm like, I can't make 2. It literally took me like 35 minutes to make 1.
Oh,
because then it goes, you have to then verify on your phone. It'll say, open up your phone app and then verify the channel on your phone.
It seems like a lot of effort.
I said the same thing. All right, Dom. It's the big end of the show. It's good night, Carlos. Don't tune out yet, Carlos. Don't leave yet, because this is the big end of the show. This is where we sit there and we allow Dom to give you the final thought, give you that pearl of wisdom, that nugget of power, something that is going to carry us. Mark, don't go anywhere yet. Somewhere that's going to carry us into the Sunday stream. It's going to hold you over till then. Dom, I don't want to say anything, but Bad Dog knocked it out of the park last Sunday when he was on. And he didn't even have time to think about it. You've had 2 hours and 8 minutes to think about this. What is the Dom pearl of wisdom of the day?
Well, I hate to tell you, it was OGR that was with you on Sunday.
Okay, well, you know what? Poor Dom, evidently his computer broke down. I meant last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago. OGR actually had a good pearl of wisdom too.
Oh, these guys are professionals. But okay, here you go. Because as usual, I forgot to think about it. But
you only have a week to think about it.
I know. But
only a week, Dom. You only got 1 week.
I know.
You have one job in this show.
I have 2 jobs: Google badly and think of a final thought. But very quickly, because I
We are
think
2 likes away from 90.
There was a very good challenge earlier, and I think it was Greg. And apologies if it wasn't, but it was saying that you have to draft corners because it's a passing league.
That was Greg. Yes.
Yeah, I don't disagree with his point. The reason I wouldn't take a corner is because I just think we have enough players this year to get us through. We have too many holes. But I think it's a very good point. It's becoming a passing league, and corners are increasingly important. It's just not something I would necessarily address this year unless someone of immense talent falls and you're getting completely ridiculous. Say a first round corner falls to the third round, something like that. Then you're taking it. But that was my view. I'm not dissing corners. They're very, very important. But that's why I'm not taking a corner.
Why the hell do I have 47 notifications on Twitter? What the hell happened? Something happened that I missed.
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't think I did anything today. I really don't.
I love
47 notifications on Twitter.
I love the caveat of today.
At least I'm honest. I could have done something. I could have said something. We're 3 likes away. Can someone just push us over the 90?
Yeah,
Dom,
if only I'd come up with a good final thought, we might have got there. It was
Dom,
the best I could do.
Dom, could you log into one of your 10,000 Google accounts? YouTube accounts.
Yeah, sure.
And hit the whatever button.
Yeah. I'll spend the next hour and a half creating 3 accounts, and
We just hit 89. You said, we hit 90.
We can go home happy.
Thank God. God, it's over. I'm just joking because I enjoy doing this every day. Well, not every day. I don't do this every day, do I? I enjoy this. I got to admit, I used to not like live streams.
They're good fun. I enjoy it.
We dropped down. We just dropped down to 89 again.
I know. I just saw.
Dom, did you unlike?
No, I just checked. I didn't do it by accident.
Oh, we just dropped down to 88. We're going back to the future. We're back at 90. Down back down to 89.
I didn't say anything. That was on you.
I quit. I quit.
Perhaps if I quit, you'll get to
100. We're back at 90. We're back at 90. Can we get to 100?
We might be waiting a while.
I know we might be waiting a long time. Don't forget, everyone, jump in on Sunday. We have the big stream on Sunday at 10:30. That's always going to be fun. Drop down to 89 again. I'm tired of watching this now. People are just screwing with me, and rightfully so. I don't deny it. We're gonna have the big stream on Sunday. We're gonna talk about everything Giants. Hopefully, we'll get some more free agent news. Maybe we'll get some draft clarity. Maybe we'll get some clarity on the the Bradbury situation. Then we have the big stream coming up, the big draft stream coming up. What did I say? What is that, Dom? Sunday the 24th?
Yep.
Sunday the 24th. It's Orthodox Easter. We got a big show, big slate of guests coming in. It'll be 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might even move that up to 10:15 because I haven't talked to everyone yet, but I might move it up to 10:15 because we got a lot of people coming in to do this draft show. Still don't know how we're going to do it yet. Don't forget to go on onlineBigBlue.com, the new website. Check out everything the website has to offer. Go stop in at the Online Big Blue store, which is also on the website. Go download the free app at the Google Play Store. Beta version has already been out. Test version number 2 will be launched, I think, next week, and it'll fix the problems that we're having with the new app right now. And that's it. That's all I got.
It's all she wrote.
And that's all she wrote, and that's how we're going to end it. Appreciate everyone as always. Hope you have a nice rest of your evening. Hope you have a safe day, and let's see if we can't make it to Friday. All right, everyone, we're out. Peace.